Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video here today. So for this one, we're going to do one of the usual combination videos. So it's going to be a preview of some of the videos that I think are really worth rewatching. And it's just going to be fun to win. So if you've already seen these, you can stick around if you want to. I definitely encourage it because it's a lot of fun looking back and seeing how far we've progressed. Speaking of which, we are currently at 64 subscribers. I did not think we were going to get here this fast. I know 64 might seem a lot for like bigger creators, but for me, it really means a lot that you guys decided to stick around, and thank you. But yeah, guys, let's get into it. Hey gang, welcome back to another video in the Minecrafting Guide to Minecrafting series that we've been doing here on the channel. By the time you see this video, I will not be at my setup. In fact, I will be on vacation, which you know is extremely exciting. For this one, we're going to go ahead and do a simple furnace setup that I thought you guys might enjoy. You can see the finished project back in the background. You will see that later in the video, so stay tuned. For now, this is going to be your materials list as always. Yes, I'm using a chest with a minecart instead of a hopper minecart because of some weird issues that hopper minecart is having lately, with hopper minecart in the top being pulled from the hopper minecart at the bottom whenever they pass, and it's just causing issues with your resources getting put into your fuel line. So let's get into it. Okay gang, so to start this, what you want to go ahead and do is put a block like this, make it as long as you want on a hopper chain down below. Now if you're going to leave it on, you're not going to turn it off, I recommend putting one of these very deep down in your world. Now all these hoppers need to be funneling into the center one. And now you can just leave the center one wherever you want. For this one, we're just going to put a barrel right there. Now go ahead and take a furnace and put a furnace on top of all of these. And then you want a hopper on top. The bottom line will be your outgoing line of hoppers, your outgoing resource line. This will be your ingoing resource. And then this back line will be your fuel line. Okay, next what you're going to go ahead and do is go ahead and build something up like so. You could also just like encroach this block in by one. And then go ahead and come up like this. And then go like so. And then duplicate it on the other side. Sorry if my mic's a little weird, it's being fussy right now. Okay, next what you're gonna want to go ahead and do, is do a minecart track like this. The end ones need to be powered rails, and do one at a time, or else sometimes you can have like really screwy tracks. And now the reason we're using chests instead of minecart, or we're using minecart chests instead of minecart hoppers, is because sometimes when in bedrock right now, when the second one or the bottom one would pass by, it would steal stuff out of the top minecart, which would be kind of annoying, and then it would break this entire fuel line, and then you wouldn't get everything you would put in. Now what you want to go ahead and do is put a lever on the bottom of this block and this block and turn on, or you can power it however you want to. And voila. Okay gang, so as you can see, you can actually see the one bet, you actually see it back there, and for some reason this works, and I have tested this. As you can see, it's the same setup, it's just this block's been pushed in by one, and a little bit different redstone, and this one has a chain. It doesn't stop there, it actually comes down to an input chest. Normally you're going to want to have an input chest for your resources and fuel like this.
And then this one also has an on and off lever. That just controls the rails back here by the chests. Next, what you want to go ahead and do is go ahead and take your resources, take your fuel. If you put lava in here, the buckets will come back out. It'll just end up in your finished barrel right here, finished chest. Go ahead and take some coal, put it in your fuel chest. Go ahead and take your resources, put them in the resource chest. I've clearly labeled mine. You can decorate it however you want to. You can also like expand the furnace array if you want to. You can double up and have a second one going next to it. Now this one is a basic one, so it's not really using comparators, it's just using the lever. So flick it. And voila. Like I said, some of the hoppers have been really glitchy and it's kind of annoying. But then once it's done, then you get iron, and it actually smelts really fast. And it evenly disperses it. Now, yours won't have the same issues that mine did because I'm in an experimental world right now, so some of the stuff is a bit more buggy than normal Minecraft. But yeah. Also, if you want XP, you can always go in and wait for the item to finish melting, or for the resource to finish melting, and go ahead and take it, and then the XP comes out like so, and then voila.
Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back to another video here in the channel. Today we're doing a Minecrafter's Guide to Minecrafting video again. This one's going to be more American holiday themed. Recently 4th of July happened, and I'm sorry this is coming out one day late from my usual schedule and a couple days late for the 4th. However, I was enjoying some family time, and so that's why this is coming out late, and I also have like work and stuff going on. As you can see, we are in the post-experimental redstone testing world. There's the brewer from the last video because 1.21 is out, so we were out of the experimental world. I still have it on my computer and I still really like the stuff we did over there. So if you haven't seen those videos, go check them out. I did like a video on Auto Crafter and stuff like that, but you probably don't want to hear anything of that. Here's the supply list for the 4th of July firework. It's going to be right here. This is essentially going to be what your inventory looks like. The gunpowder could vary depending on how high you want it, and this all could vary depending on how many you want to make. But let's get into it. Okay, so this is where we're going to work. We're going to work in the crafting menu only until the very end. So take one of your gunpowder, place it in. This is going to help you make the firework star, which is going to give the firework its essence. So put your red and white dye in. This is going to give the outer part of the firework that red and white aspect of the red, white, and blue for the 4th. Now put a fire charge in here. This will make this part of the firework bigger than the rest of it. Now take your glowstone dust, pop it in. This will make it sparkle once it goes off. Now you got your custom firework star. Even if you're creative, you have to craft these manually. You cannot get these in creative. Now, don't take your paper yet. Take another piece of gunpowder, plop it in, take your blue dye, and you're going to make your second star. Make sure you put in glowstone dust so that way it frizzes, and pull it out. Now what you're going to go ahead and do is pop in 2 gunpowder. And then this will essentially just like determine how far your rocket goes. Now go ahead and take your 2 stars that you just made, plop them in like so, then pull it out, and voila, there you have your firework flight duration 2. It'll be, as you can tell, it says large ball, red, white, twinkle, and then small ball, twinkle. And now to show it off. Okay, so now that we're out of the crafting menu, this is what it will look like once it's done. As you can see, it has the red-white exterior and the blue interior ball. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. We are doing a cactus farm as a part of our Minecrafter's Guide to Minecraft series that we're doing today. Here is the supply list that you guys are going to need for this farm. If you like my videos, think about subscribing. It's free, you don't have to. But let's get into it there, guys. Okay, so to start, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is take a building block of any kind. Build a 7x7 square. Then you want to make sure that this is pretty much hollow, except for you want to leave a hole in the very center of it. Like so. And then as an addition to this, what you're going to go ahead and do is take a raised wall around this. And go ahead and put water in all four corners. This is going to be part of your collection system. There you have it, guys. Step 1. Okay guys, so for step 2, come to one of your corners, come up by like 2 blocks, break the bottom block so that way you have water, put a sand and a cactus on top of that, and then come over, or if you're in this corner, go over that way, or if you're in this corner, come over this way, and give yourself a grid pattern like this. Now what you're going to go ahead and do is duplicate that setup onto a 9x9 grid. And you can make this grid as big as you want, just then you have to expand this whole thing outwards. Okay, so next you're going to go ahead and come to one of these, outer ones. Build out like so, build up. You do not want to let this contact with your cactus because it will break it. And then come up one above the cactus. And then come out like so. And make a ring around the center one. Now take your fence gate and place one right there on the edges. Go ahead and open it. Open this one too. You don't actually have to open it, but I like to open it because it looks nice. Replicate onto this side. And then also get one right here. Now, if you want the aesthetic touch, just come out with your blocks like so. If not, you can just go ahead and place them there off of that block. Okay guys, that's step 2. For step 3, you guys are going to go ahead and take your hopper. The reason why we left this middle space in here is because that's where we're going to put our hopper line into. So come to your very front, dig down like so. You'll refill this line back in later. So come to your center point, place a hopper right there, make sure it's facing this way, or it could face this way, it just needs to be facing one of the directions. And make a hopper line out. Now the reason why we're not having the water flush it forward is because I had a glow squid actually spawn in my system when I did it that way. So go ahead and take a barrel and pop right here on the edge. Then once you're done, you can go ahead and fill this whole space in. And that's pretty much going to be your next step, and then you'll have a fully functioning cactus farm. Okay guys, so the next step is going to be purely aesthetic. You don't have to do this, it's done. The farm is done. I'm just going to go ahead and do it because it's a nice building touch to put on it. So go ahead and take stone bricks, lace it around the edges, then take your strip spruce log,
strip spruce log. Put it right here. Next, go ahead and take your stone brick stairs. Go like so. If you have to, you can put a block right there and base it off of that. Sometimes it's really annoying. So that's why I'm gonna go right here. And then pretty much duplicate this onto all the other sides. Okay, next go ahead and take your spruce stairs, place one like so, and do the design like so, and then pretty much just duplicate this type of stair design on all the sides again, and well, all the sides of the corners. Okay, next go ahead and take your stone brick stairs, place one on each of the logs, then take your spruce fences, place one on each of the posts right there, then go ahead and take a stone brick wall again, place it on top of the fences. Then go ahead and take your spruce logs again, place them on top of all the fences. Next, go ahead and take your slabs, your slabby boys. Go ahead and top each spruce log with this, and this is essentially going to be a canopy type design. So come out like so, go up one, and because this is full, this will break like a full one. So you want to design it look like this, and you want to duplicate that to all the other sides. Next, come out by one in here and go upwards. And because this is a full block, you can just break the bottom slab. And you want to make like a mirror image like this, and then duplicate onto all the sides. Now this will connect to the other sides. This will be your main piece that starts linking the roof together. Next, what you're going to go ahead and do is come up one. This will be a full block, so you will have to break this one and put one out like so. Then go along here, and you're pretty much just going to fill in all the empty spaces. And then you want to come up by one more, break the bottom one, because again this isn't a full one, you want to leave this center part open. And what you're going to go ahead and do is take your glass block and put your glass block in there, and then also take your lanterns and put your lanterns draped around like so. This just provides extra lighting for the cactus, and it also looks nice. Now to finish up the design, take a slab, come out like so on each of your parts. Or you can honestly just go like that. You don't have to do the fancy way that I did the first time. And then take your iron bars. Well, first go ahead and take your building block or stone brick. Whatever block you're using for this bottom part, you can use for this too. You could also use any block you want for right here. Go ahead and lace these bottom ones. Take your iron bars. Replace these holes. And this essentially just lets you see what's going on in your different water stream collection system. Again, this part is purely aesthetic. You do not have to do this for it to function. And one last one. And voila, guys. Now, you will not actually see this working because, unless you're really lucky, it's actually really, it's not necessarily as fast as other farms, but the collection process is actually really fast because I built it and then I was messing around over there with that design for a private server with me and my friends, and I came back and there was a surprisingly decent amount of cactus in the collection system. So if you just if you build it and you let it run, you walk away and you come back, there will be some cactus in there.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video here on the channel today. So, we are still doing the Minecrafter's Guide to Minecrafting series. Sorry I haven't been able to upload, homework's been a butt this semester. Anyways, you can tell I got my new mic set up. If the audio sounds weird, tell me. I don't mean for this to sound weird. It's a little bit different because this one is a Logitech mic and it's one of the newer Logitech mics, which means it has Logitech's like auto sound adapter that I'm trying out just for this video to see if it sounds good or not. But as you can see behind me, we have a flying floor. You guys think are gonna really enjoy this video because there's not a lot of like slime mechanics out there in Bedrock at the moment. But here's your supply list. And let's get into it there, guys. Okay, guys, so what you're going to want to go ahead and do is, for your main engine part, so step one, the main engine, the main core engine of this thing, go ahead and put a 2 slime blocks right here on top of a normal block. Go ahead and have 2 sticky pistons like this. This will make sense later on once you have it built out. It's because Bedrock is weird and janky and the pistons that are firing alternate and it's weird. Then go ahead and take your slime block, come off like this. Go over here, put down 2 more sticky pistons. Then all you're going to need is your observer. Observer is last. This is what's going to be powering it. You always want to have one right here and one right here in the back. Because what this is going to do is this is going to fire this one and this is going to fire this one. And due to slime mechanics, it's all going to like link together in the end and it actually turns out really nicely. But there you have it, guys. Step 1 and your main motor. Okay, guys, so for the second part, this is going to be your attachment on top of your main motor. Now, if you don't know this, a certain piston and slime block can only push so many blocks before it just like craps out and doesn't do anything. So how we're going to go ahead and negate that is add 2 more sticky pistons because this negates this for some reason, which is kind of weird. And then go ahead and put 2 more down here as well. If that happens, it's fine. Just go ahead and put down your sticky pistons back. Actually, now that I realize it, it might actually just be because this changed block types. So I think I just figured out actually why that just happened. Then go ahead and do like a C, like so, in honey. Now, the reason you're going to leave this open is because the platform up top is going to push and pull. Well, basically, is going to push the center block this way, push the center block that way. So that way, you're technically not like having the piston have to add it to its block count, and that's how you negate it. Next, have a slime circuit like this. It's going to be like this weird, like pointer finger type thing, or like foam finger type thing, just with like a stubbed finger at the top. Then just go ahead and cover the top. And again, even though this one's not covered, and see how this changed again, that's why this is starting to fly backwards. And as you can see, guys, it flies. If this ever happens, just go ahead and build an obsidian wall behind it, like so. And as you can see, it actually stayed together and it actually moved. Next up, guys, will be the how to change the directions. Okay, guys, so for this one, this is going to be how you go back and forth, or this is going to be your on and off circuit for both sides. Each side's going to be a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and do this side first, and these sides are going to be designated by where your observer is. So this is going to be the observer with the front having its observer in the front, and the back having its observer also in the front. Now what you're going to go ahead and do is dig out this 3x3 hole with the side jutting out in the back of the center, and left front on the front, or yeah, front. This is going to be right behind your back observer. First thing, go ahead and take your sticky piston, put it right here underneath the obsidian on the right side. Next, you're going to go ahead and take your repeater, put them right here in a chain 3, just leave the 1 tick. Put one more in this little alcove. This has to be 4 tick or it will break the circuit. You can go ahead and increase these ticks. The more you decrease them, the more you run the risk of it glitching out, or the more of it like breaking itself. So this is what I found to be the minimum of what you can do if you want to play it safe. Kick each one of these up to 3 or 2. That way you can play it safe. It just will take longer for this to activate. Next, go ahead and take your torch, put it right there. Take your sticky piston, put it right there. Make sure it's not facing upwards, make sure it's facing it outwards. Next, go ahead and put a block right here. This has to be a movable block right here for this one. I will show you the mechanics of why that works later. Next, come up like so. This will then pull power from this one. Go ahead and go like so. Put a repeater right here. What this is going to do is bypass this circuit right here. Put a piece of redstone right there, and you want to have another sticky piston right there in front of it. This is then going to pull this one. Next, what you're going to go ahead and do, you do have to do one more thing, which is really weird, and it's a really finicky item. You have to have a pulse extender right here. I know, it's annoying, it's a pain in the butt, but you have to have it. So go like so, go like so, go like so, and go like so. And then go ahead and put like a block right here, so that way this blocks that from going into that one. This will just pull its pulse out of this block, not from this circuit up here. Next, go ahead and again, if you don't like this, you can remove it. Next, go ahead and put a button down right here on the edge of your double pulse extender, and that will be section number 1. Now, do not activate this until you have the second step, the other side set up, or else this thing will just keep going until it crashes and breaks itself. And if this thing breaks itself even a little bit, you have to tear it down and rebuild the whole thing from scratch. This is just how flying machines work. So go ahead and take your obsidian and go in like a line. Honey particles, woo. And go in like a line to where you want to like your end up. So say you want to end up like here. Make sure this line right here lines up with your top section. So make it 3 wide. And this does not have to be obsidian, so it's going to be your immovable block. Next, you're going to go ahead and come down this one and come over by 1. And that's just going to go ahead and stop your left section from moving. And again, the goal here is to not break your flying machine. So that's what we're trying to not break at the moment. And then once you're done with that, go ahead and hit your button and send your flying machine over to it. So what just happened was this and this pulled that observer backwards, but this side's a little finicky, which is weird. Because if you don't fire that back piston, back observer again, it doesn't go, and if you fire it too early, it breaks the whole thing. So what this does is this pulls it out, and once it's all set back up, this pushes back in, it reactivates that rear one, and then the rear one becomes your pushing motor, and the front one becomes your grabbing motor. Okay, guys. So for the next stage, or for the next starter, I'm gonna say, your observers are gonna be in the back position. And I recommend putting 2 removable blocks right here and right here to help keep it in one place while you work underneath it. For this side, you're going to want a 5x5 deep, 2 block deep hole with this little cutout right here. Then go ahead and take your sticky piston, put it right here. Go ahead and make an L shape with 100 blocks like so. Then with any random block, just go ahead and put this in right here. What this allows you to do is just to move freely when it's this deep. And then go ahead and put in 2 redstone like so. Actually, this one needs to be a comparator. And then the redstone actually goes right here. And then this one's going to be a little bit of a special pulse extender. It's weird, this one actually needs a double pulse extender or else it'll break. I know. It's really weird, but these circuits will break without these pulse extenders. Trust me, I've tested to see if you can take them out, if you can short them out. You cannot. I will tell you about the tweak with this one as soon as it starts moving. Next, once you got this all set up, come up here, go ahead and take a button, place at the end, press the button. Make sure your rear is removed. If you make the exact same mistake I did, that's okay, that's fine. Just go ahead and put your observers back. It's currently encased, so nothing's going to really happen. And now go ahead and remove the behind obsidian, and then you can either leave this obsidian here or you can remove it. I'm just going to leave it there for right now. Or again, removable object. Next, go ahead and then push your button. And so yes, I know this might seem like a bit excessive, but if that does not fully clear this pulls back, and that thinks this is a part of it, and it just breaks the whole thing, and it's weird bedrock piston mechanics. But there you have it, guys. There's a flying floor for you in bedrock.